Hey guys, Navitz here. I am going to be going through a video on how to play Offlane Medusa. Now I think I've come up with a pretty good strategy here, and this is something that I believe will work in lower MMRs between, well, I mean, it'll obviously work for lower ranges, but I think this will be most effective for probably 2.5 to 3k MMR, and I'll explain why in a second. And this is just kind of an easy strat, sort of brain dead to gain MMR, to win games almost regardless of what your team does. Now I will warn you, we don't win this game, but I execute the plan pretty well. So I want to talk about what the actual goal is here, what we're going to be doing, what the starting items are. So let's just get started right away. The plan is to play Offlane Medusa, get yourself farmed as fuck, and just dominate the opposing team. How do you do this? Okay. Problems with the offlane. When you're playing the offlane, you obviously have to worry about, if you're solo offlane, you have to worry about 1 to 2 supports constantly harassing you. In this game, I'm up against a Sven, a Lion, and a Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light, very, very annoying for Medusa. Obviously, she relies on her mana, so Keeper of the Light is a big issue for me. We've also got to worry about being able to get last hits and being able to get farm. Now, how do you do that? This game, I sort of have a bit of a different take on what to do here in the offlane, and I think this works with a lot of different combinations of supports, and the reason I think this works best between 2.5 and 3k MMR is because these are the MMR brackets where people will be good enough to harass you a little bit, but not good enough to bully you out of lane. Like the supports won't know to stand behind a creep wave over here. Like for example, this Lion won't know to stand over here and wait for my creep wave to come by and then just come up and impale me, and then this guy should come up and throw mana leak on me, and then he can stun me and they can kill me. So my goal right now is literally just to get as much experience as possible. And let's talk about starting items. So if you take a look at my starting build, I've got 8 tangos, 4 iron branches, and a circlet. Now actually I'm in a lot of trouble here. So you see how these guys actually did it properly. I forgot that they did this. But they get me stunned, bring me down pretty low, and I only got a tiny bit of experience here. So I was just hiding, trying to gain experience from this lane. The most important thing for me to do in this lane is legitimately to get experience. Now, I bought a ton of regen because I knew this was going to be an issue. So I ate one of my iron branches, and the rest of these are going to be used for a stick. This guy I didn't even see here. Mana leaks me. I know that I have to escape from them, get into tower range. So this kind of sucks, but luckily we have the power of the shrine. I think I'm going to go to that soon after I get the experience from this creep wave. So the goal right now is to level up to get to level 3. I want to get to level 3, and then I want to start using this jungle here. So a couple different ways we can get to level 3. Obviously, if it's not a tri lane, I should be able to at least stand in lane or fight against Lion a little bit with the amount of regen that I bought, and get some experience. Since it's a tri-lane, this is obviously a slower start than it could have been, but still, it doesn't go terribly for me. In fact, I have some trouble last hitting here. I don't know what I'm doing, but look at that. I missed all my last hits. But anyway, what's important, let's actually pull up the hero net worth, and we'll see where everyone's at. So currently, I'm very, very low on the net worth list. Now, what I'm doing here is I got up to level 3 from the experience of these 2 waves, and I should have leveled up split shot by now. At this point, I should have split shot leveled up to farm this camp. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Yeah, there we go. I just got it. So two levels in split shot instead of mana shield, because the goal here is I know I can't go to this lane. There's nothing for me to do here. If I go to this lane, I'm boned. There's a Lion waiting here. They're taking up Sven's XP. They're just ruining his time. Like, these guys should be rotating out of lane right now because they know they've got me out. And this is about a 3.5k average game. So the strategy that I was talking about, the players are a little bit better. They know how to harass a little bit better than the 2.5 to 3k range, but still we get the basics done here. So after I creep this camp, I see that their lane's pushing in. So I come here just to get this experience and see if I can pick off a last hit or 2 and see what I can do with my Mystic Snake. Mystic Snake is your way to get experience in this lane. When you go to this lane, you have to have Mystic Snake ready. Also, I have a jungling Dragonite who didn't do anything all game. You guys will notice that in a bit. But we're not going to go through this whole game. We're just going to go through the important parts at the beginning. Now they've pulled this wave, which is great. So they're denying me the experience of one wave. This one's going to push in. If Sven's pushing it in, this is a problem on their end. Like, this Sven shouldn't be attacking there. I mean, he attacked once, but he's got the cleave, so obviously this lane's going to push in a little bit. I'm just over here jungling as much as I can, trying to keep up in levels and in experience. Now you can take a look at the net worth. I'm still low. He's got about 1k net worth above me, but I should be able to catch up a little bit soon because of the power of these two jungle camps right here. So we'll take a look and talk about the skill build. You want to go, I think, max Mystic Snake first. Over here, if I would have just dropped Mystic Snake on the Lion when he was right here, I would have got Lion, I would have touched Sven, and I would have got a couple of creeps as well to do some additional damage. So I should have used Mystic Snake once. In case you guys don't know how it works, each time Mystic Snake jumps, it steals mana from the unit that it touches. So if the unit has mana and you touch it, it will steal the mana and bring it back to you. That's very useful to know because it obviously replenishes your mana pool. You should also use it when you're farming creep camps. Now I'm over here, I'm gaining experience. I'm just coming up here so I can buy my magic wand and my boots. Now I bought those. I had my starting build was having the Circlet, 4 iron branches, and the tangos. Also, he has mana leak. These are 2 terrible heroes for me to be playing against as Medusa. Keeper of the Light and Lion. Both very, very difficult heroes for me to deal with. So we'll talk about getting the farm in this lane. Always coming for this ruin as well. Standing up here, you can just stand high ground. Also, this is something I should be Mystic Snaking. Each one of these creeps has mana. If I Mystic Snake this, I'm back to full mana. There we go. I finally did it. I go back to almost full mana, and I can take this camp easily. Now that I finally have 2 levels in split shot, I have no problem taking these camps, especially with Mystic Snake, and I can take this one as well soon. But I know that this wave's pushing in, or it's not pushing in yet. I should be there when it pushes in. Always, with this offlane strategy, you always have to be prepared to come back to this lane. Now, if we take a look at the net worth, I'm still not doing that well. Obviously, there's a tri lane that I'm dealing with. The Keeper of the Light is jungling a little bit, but I couldn't. There's nothing I could have done in this lane at the beginning. But we're still we're getting decent farm, and we've got levels. So the farm is okay. It's not great. It's just okay. I'm here back at 6 minutes. I want the ruin. I want to try to take this camp, and I'm gonna wait for this to push back in. Sven is creeping on his own instead of pulling. He could have done that better, but I'm getting not a little bit, a good amount out of this lane. So at this point, I've got 1,700 net worth, and Sven has 3,800 net worth. My next item is going to be an Aquila. So the point of this actually works a lot better if there's only a dual lane, or if there's only a dual lane in the safe lane, or if you have an offensive dual lane. One thing you have to know about Medusa is that she is so annoying to lane against if you have somebody to help you in this lane. Like Sven would have a really, really annoying time with me if I had, let's say, like a Necrophos or a Venomancer or an Undying, or I don't know, like anything else in this lane with me. If this DK wasn't jungling, if we had a dual off lane, we could have done some serious damage in this lane, because Mystic Snake does do quite a bit of damage, and it can be used to zone melee carries out pretty effectively. Now here comes Lion. He's coming over here just to annoy me a little bit, steal some of my mana. I mean, okay, screw you, Lion. Why are you here? I don't know if I get a kill here if I die. I know I have charges of wand. Oh, Puck shows up and comes in for the kill. Beautiful. So I had charges of wand. Wand is a very, very, very important item on Medusa. The reason being because it gives you charges of health and mana, and when you get Mana Shield, it's very, very useful to have that magic wand, because it effectively doubles your HP. The HP heal that you would have had. Now I'm using my last tango here because I'm not gonna when I do this Luna build, or Iron Branch, when I do this Luna build, I usually save that last Iron Branch to build a Helm of the Dominator with. And right here I made a mistake. I shouldn't have started creeping this. I should have gone back up and got all of this experience. I'm low on health now. I need to fly myself out of clarity, but I don't do that because I'm a big bozo. I think the courier is being used as well. Where is it right now? No, it's not even being used. It's just not upgraded at 8 minutes. Okay. Yeah, but we have some issues in this game that make it difficult, and this Dragon Knight's also coming and taking this farm. So another thing you can do with Medusa in this lane right now is once you gain a little bit of levels and you get your Aquila, like I should have my Aquila coming to me. I don't know why I'm not. It's such a big mistake that I'm making right here. But once you do that, you can farm both these camps at the same time with Split Shot, especially if you get one extra level in Split Shot. Now I put one in Mana Shield because I want to come into this lane and do some things. But I think I would have been better off going for one additional level in Split Shot, taking these at the same time, bringing my Aquila to myself. I would have been okay, but the second I see Sven, I'm worried that he's going to Storm Hammer me and start attacking me, so I turned on my Mana Shield right away. That's something that you have to be prepared to do. The only mechanics you have to worry about with Medusa, when somebody shows up, turn on your Mana Shield. If you're anticipating needing the mana, turn off your Mana Shield. And if you're getting ganked or attacked by a melee carry, if you're getting ganked, use your Stone Gaze. Just Stone Gaze and run out. Now, the item build that you want to go on Medusa for this build, you want to go Aquila. Aquila is important, guys. I know a lot of people want to skip it, especially low-level MMR, but it's really important. Trust me, my stream yells at me all the time. By the way, I stream, if in case you guys didn't know, twitch.tv/Navitz. But Aquila is very, very important. It gives you a lot early game. It gives you 10 damage, 3 strength, 9 agility, 3 intelligence, aura mana regen, and aura bonus armor, which is great for pushing, and the mana regen is obviously nice on Medusa. Another item I could have picked up, which I should have picked up actually now that I think about it, is definitely some raindrops. Raindrops give you mana regen and obviously block spell damage. So raindrops would have been great to have here as well. I think they give you the same mana regen as Aquila, 0.85 on raindrops and 0.65 on Aquila. No, so they give you slightly more mana regen, which is nice, and it blocks 120 magic damage per spell that you get hit with. Now, also, I didn't use Mystic Snake on these. I should have. Remember, guys, especially the Satyr camps, use Mystic Snake. It's very important. And we can take a look at the net worth again. So Sven is clearly ahead, but I'm catching up here. Like, every single time there's a creep wave here, I'm getting 2 camps worth of experience, and I'm getting a lot of experience from this camp over here. These guys should be pushing this tower a lot harder. They wouldn't be able, I don't think they'd be able to take it. They might be able to, but with my Mystic Snake, I should be able to hold them back. At least long enough for somebody to rotate if 3 of them are pushing. Like, I should be able to hold them back long enough. We'll see. Oh, sorry. The other thing is that I'm also, not only am I keeping up decently in terms of net worth. I mean, it's not great. It's not great, but I'm still doing okay here. I'm 3rd highest net worth, like higher than our jungling DK somehow, who's literally just been in this jungle this whole time. And he went Midas first, but I'm higher than him. I'm higher than our Spectre. The only one who's beating me is our mid Puck, who seems to be winning his lane pretty hard. But yeah. The net worth is okay, but what's important is the levels. So on Medusa, I'm getting my levels quickly, so I have my max split shot ready. I should be farming both these camps at the same time. I'm standing high ground because these guys have to come back, and I'm worried about taking damage for some reason. I shouldn't be worried about taking damage. I should be farming both camps at the same time, which I could have done because I got maxed out split shot. Right here, I could save more time if I use my Mystic Snake. I didn't do that. Now I know I have to defend this tower. So here's an example of me just coming here, Mystic Snaking. They have to back up. They can't stand in the range of Mystic Snake because it does so much damage if it bounces to all of them. So Mystic Snake, great for defending. I'm coming back here. I should use Mystic Snake again. But anyway, I'm here again for the Ruin at the 12-minute mark. Every 2 minutes, come get the Ruin. Every odd minute, come clear these creep camps. So now that these creep camps have been cleared, I have until the 13-minute mark. I should come over here. I'm probably going to Mystic Snake this. There we go. And now I'm starting to get all the experience I need. And this is probably like, I would say, this is the point where if you've done your job correctly, at this point you can compete in a team fight with your team. You can farm effectively. You can switch lanes. You can push. With Medusa, you definitely need more items to be a good fighter. In this game, I think I go linkens first. I go linkens first because there's so many spells on this team that can really mess me up. So that slows me down a lot too. What I would ideally like to do is go for the power tread. Oh, I also went for power treads instead of phase boots because I wanted to farm quicker. Now, I like phase boots better most of the time. Because you can the reason I like phase boots better is because you can stone gaze, run away, or you can stone gaze, run forward with your phase boots, get speed, and force the enemies to run away from you, whichever direction. The way stone gaze works is if the enemy units are looking at you for 2 seconds, they'll be frozen and in stone form, and they'll be frozen for 3 total seconds. So anybody who's looking at you, so that means if, let's say, you come up from this side in a team fight, or let's pretend this is a team fight that's happening right here. So if I know that these guys, my team's right here, my team can TP into this tower, for example, and I'm right here, I can stone gaze here, or I can stone gaze over here, and then if this guy tries to run away from me, I can use my phase boots and run quicker than him this way, so he can't run in this direction, because one, I'll be faster than him with my phase boots, he'll be frozen if he keeps going in the same direction, and two, it'll force him to go in a different direction where he can go into my team that's TPing in. Now, I mean, that's assuming that your team does the correct thing, and that doesn't always happen, but that's just the goal here. So we've done some good things this game. This game, Sven, there was no way I was going to stop. There was no way our team with a jungling DK was going to stop a tri-lane with a Sven, especially with a Lion and a Keeper of the Light. These are the two of the most annoying supports I can think of to deal with in lane, and then you put them both together. Like, that's so difficult. The stun, the mana leak, the impale, or sorry, the mana drain, the mana leak. Invoker's got some mana drain later too. I mean, if he comes to gank, like, this is a really, really annoying lane. So what we've done right now is we've basically neutralized this lane. Like, Sven, he's got his farm, but look how far back this Lion is and this Keeper of the Light. Like, these guys aren't doing very well. Our Spectre, this game, I don't have a lot to say because our Spectre doesn't get any items until like 30 minutes, and even then they're pretty pathetic. So we're gonna just take a look we're gonna look a little bit more and see what we could have done. But this is the basic strategy. This is how you can get yourself farmed up in the off lane using split shot and your Mystic Snake, farming these creep camps and coming back to your lane every single time the lane is pushed in. So whenever the lane is pushed in, you're here to get experience. If the lane's not pushed in, you're over here getting jungle farm. And there's 2 camps for you to take, and there's also a ruin every 2 minutes. It lets you honestly keep up relatively well with the enemy carry. Now, if you have the ability to bully the enemy carry, if there's only, like, let's say, for some reason, let's say it's one of those games where everyone's like, fuck it, I'm not supporting. Like, you got a jungler, a roamer, a mid, a safe lane, and an off lane. Like, something like that happens. Right here, by the way, you notice I just stone gazed to save myself from this Sven. I didn't want him to kill me. But if you have something like that where it's just you against a melee carry as Medusa, that's a lane that you should win. You can win that lane with Mystic Snake. Can't get close enough to you. You don't need Mana Shield early. You start with 8 tangos for regen. You win that lane. Unless, you know, you get ganked and you die a bunch of times. But you should win that lane. Or you should definitely win the last hitting game there, especially with Mystic Snake. At this point, I should be back up here. I should have been paying attention to where he was. I actually fortified here because I made that mistake. But you can see all the mistakes that I'm making and how much better this could have been executed. This is what you can do at lower level MMRs. Now, the reason that you want to do it in the off lane is because, one, you want to give the safe lane to somebody who doesn't know how to play. Maybe not that they don't know how to play, but they wouldn't be able to do as well as you in the off lane. If you want to gain MMR, in the off lane is a good place to do it. The reason I think the off lane is a great place to gain MMR in lower levels is because you have the ability to disrupt enemy farm, you could slow down their carry, and you can make sure as an off laner you get yourself your own farm. Also, check out what I did there. The second he storm bolted, I mana shielded, and then did I magic wand? I think I magic wand. I magic wand to give myself more mana, so I was never in danger of dying there, even though Sven hits hard. Like, he hits hard. So I'm just sitting here now. I got my mana shield up, and if I didn't have to go for if I didn't have to build this linkens this game, I could have built a Maelstrom, and then after a Maelstrom or a Dragonlance, that's kind of where you go here. The idea is to go probably Dragonlance and then probably Maelstrom and then go for Skadi. So once you get Skadi, that's when you want to fight. You want to fight when you have Maelstrom. I would say Maelstrom Skadi. Now let's talk about Medusa's skill tree. I usually like going the 12 intelligence, I'll be honest. I like the 12 intelligence because of the mana it gives you, but the 15 damage is kind of necessary with this strat. Just because you don't have the damage from the phase boots that you would get. You're not really relying on your mana shield heavily yet, and there's the damage early on to farm as quickly as possible is important. And now I'm messing up again. Like, I should be here farming this, and I'm not. And I should come here, and I'll probably Mystic Snake something and make a fool of myself. Yeah, there we go. Miss all the last hits. But if you did this effectively, you can see how this strategy would work really, really well. So if we're taking a look at hero levels, I was 12 a second ago when he was 10. Now we're both 13. I mean, it's really going to be hard to keep up with a Sven who goes Echo Saber, Morbid Mask first in terms of farming. Like, his items are made for farming. He doesn't have a blink. He's not ready to fight. He's just got the Echo Saber. He's going to creep the whole jungle. I don't know why he's not taking this, what he's doing. He might have went AFK or something. But I'm just continuing to do this same strategy. I should, at some point, come rotate out here and push lanes if it's possible. You have to keep your map awareness up. You have to be ready to rotate to mid or to safe lane if it's necessary. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to keep their carry in check. Now, obviously, that their supports they've been free to roam for a little while, but I kept 3 supports in this lane for a very long time, giving my team the ability, one, to farm the jungle with our Dragon Knight, and to have the opportunity to win the other lanes because I kept 3 heroes in this lane for such a long time. Now, the Spectre, he honestly doesn't get any items forever. Like, the next item that he's building is a Blade Mail, and he's not even close. I think he gets his Blade Mail at like 30 minutes. Like, no joke. He dies so many times. I don't know how he had such a bad lane, but I didn't really look at it afterwards to see what happened in that lane, but Spectre really struggled this game. If Spectre just had a decent amount of farm, not even a good amount, just something decent, we could have won this easily. Like, if he could get a defusal by the 20, like a Vanguard defusal by the 20-minute mark, 22-minute mark, we still would have been okay. But he doesn't get any items this game at all, and Sven just kind of crushes us later. But the point of it, the point of this strategy is to learn how to do well in the offlane. And they still don't have our tower down. And this is a 3.5k average game, and they weren't able to push this tower down for whatever reason. Like, they could have if they tried. You guys saw the amount of mistakes I made. Watching this replay, actually, it's astounding to me how many mistakes I made. It's actually eye-opening, mind-bottling, like when your thoughts are so crazy they're trapped inside your mind like a bottle. But yeah, that's how things went down. This guy honestly doesn't leave the jungle forever. And now I'm starting to rotate and go to different lanes. I'm still trying to get my linkens up because I know I need the survivability against that team if we're going to fight. Maybe linkens first wasn't the best item. Maybe I should have gone for something else. But right now, I know that these guys are fighting... These guys are all fighting in mid. I can see them. I can see Sven top. So I know I'm safe to push this tower. And there we go. I take a tier 2. And what? We traded a tier 1 for it. There's a big team fight going on over here. We lost Jakiro. I hope this Puck doesn't die, but he might. Oh, he got hecked. Yeah, he's probably dead. Yeah, Puck dies as well. And I know, like, there's nothing I can do in this fight at this point. There's no reason for me to TP here. Maybe I could have saved him, but my TP wasn't even off cooldown. But just gonna start roaming the map and pushing as fast as I can and trying to get my items. But that's the general build. You guys just saw it executed against the tri lane. You saw all the mistakes with it. This is how you can easily gain some MMR. Because again, we'll go through a little summary. Let's just do that. Well, this is gonna be the summary. All right. So that's pretty much all we needed to go through for this game, just to see how the early execution works. So key points: try to get level 3 in lane. Level up your split shot and your Mystic Snake first. Use your split shot from the high ground. Actually, let's go back here. Use your split shot from the high ground here to farm this camp when you can. Rotate back to your tower every time that you have the ability. Rotate back to your tower every time you have the ability to get farm in your lane. If the lane gets pushed in, you should always rotate back to it. Against really good teams, this lane won't get pushed in. This won't happen. They'll keep the lane equilibrium right here. Right there. That's where a good carry and a good support are going to keep their lane equilibrium. They're going to pull this lane. They're never going to let you get XP over here. So you're going to have to get a lot over here, rely on the bounty ruins, and then you're going to have to come top with your you're going to have to come into lane with your Mystic Snake, throw out your snake, hope you can get as much experience as possible, and then run back and rinse and repeat. Item builds: start 8 tangos for survivability, 4 4 iron branches. You can use 2 of them to double the effectiveness of 2 of your tangos, and you're going to use the other 2 to build into a mystic to build into a wand. And the other item you get is the Circlet. You need the Circlet, the 2 tangos, and the wand to build the wand. And I think that's about it. And then the ideal build is if you can go Aquila, Maelstrom, into Skadi. That would be perfect. And then you fight when you get Skadi. If you feel like you're going to be fighting earlier, probably Aquila, Dragonlance, Maelstrom, Skadi. Dragonlance is still a great item, gives you range, allows you to fight. And the only things you guys have to worry about in terms of mechanics, your mana shield. Use your mana shield every time somebody's about to attack you. If you need your mana, turn off your mana shield. Don't let yourself be that guy who doesn't have enough TP to teleport away because you didn't have a mana shield up, or because you kept mana shield on. And finally, when you're getting ganked, stone gaze. Medusa, one of the best escapers from ganks. You can stone gaze, you can get out, should be no problem. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you learned anything from this video, if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff. I will be back with another video later. I've got this Beastmaster thing I want to try, so I'll talk about that. And right there, all that stuff, that's my social media. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at Navitz. And that's about it. Thank you very much, guys. I will catch you next time.